This, do not laugh at us. Okay, you know what? I'm going to show this to you and I'm going to let you laugh. Are you ready to laugh? Because it's funny. I'm embarrassed, but I'm going to say it's funny. Hi, I'm Shalane. This is Dean, and we are Grassroots Living. Today and for the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about social distancing. How you do it, especially when there's so many people around you, or just the people that are around you don't seem to understand what social distancing is. So we encourage you to come along with us and see how anybody, even you, can get off grid and just escape the rat race for a while. Okay, so we shared with you on our last video, which we'll link up here, some sanitation ideas. So if you're getting kind of off grid or you're just wanting to take a camping trip and get away from people for a while, just some ideas on how you handle sanitation. Today, we're going to be doing power, right?
That is correct.
So first, Dean is going to share how you would just hook up if you were going to mooch dock.
That's correct.
With somebody at somebody's house. This is what I'm doing today. I apologize. It's been a long day. So yeah, he's going to share that first, and then some of our bigger power solutions. And then I'm going to come back and share with you some of our smaller power solutions. Now, the stuff that we're sharing with you today, they're not the end-all be-all solutions.
Right.
There's so many power toys out there. So many different ways to get power.
There really is. Right?
At this point. But we just wanted to share, some of you that are watching this might be like super new, you know, with the idea of camping or off-grid survival. I don't even like to use that term, but for lack of a better term at the moment. Boondocking and just getting out. And so there are things that you might not have seen. Some of you might have more experience and you've seen a lot of these things, but we might share something that you haven't seen. And so they're just ideas and just starting points really for you to go find what works right for you.
And we have some of the most amazing viewers,
right,
that we like to call friends.
Yeah.
And if you will please, if you have something else that we haven't thought of or we haven't shown, drop a comment down below.
Yeah.
Everybody can learn from everybody else.
Absolutely. I'm sure you guys, some of you guys watching have things that we don't have. And so yeah, in the comments, like you said, say, hey, I have this and I have that, so that people can read those comments and learn from all of us in the community. So here we go. Here's Dean. He's going to start off and then I'll be back.
All right, so if you've got it plugged into the side of the house, the other thing that you're going to need is just a little adapter. Could be something like this. You can see 30 amp on one side, 20 amp on the other. Sometimes they come in a little, almost looks like a little power cord of 6, 7, 8 inches. Any of those will work for you. Anyhow, all we're going to do is take the cord that we plugged into the side of the house and plug it in to our 30 amp with our travel trailer. Now you're hooked up just like you're at an RV park, but remember this is 20 amps, so you will have to make adjustments in what you are using inside the house or inside your travel trailer. Okay, so what if you can't mooch dock? What if you can't just plug into somebody's AC? I think your next best option would be a gas generator. Now the one that I chose is just a little Yamaha. It's 2,000 watt. I know Honda makes a really good one. I want to say it's a little over $1,000. This cost us, I want to say, $299. So we went ahead and opted for this one. It's just ever so slightly noisier than a Honda, but I feel like it does all the things that we need it to do. We can, and by the way, you can see how light it is. We can go ahead and plug right into our 30 amp, plug our 30 amp right into our RV. Okay. The other thing you'll see is that it does have an AC. With the AC, you could go ahead and plug it into a power strip. Especially if you're in a tent, you could literally go such a long time on this because it would be providing you with the energy that you need. All right. Another option that I think most people would really like is simply this little solar generator that I have here. I've talked about it in several other videos. so I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it, but this is a Kodiak Energy. They now have something called the Apex. It's like Kodiak 2.0, I guess. With the Apex, they ran out because of, I guess, the things going on in the world right now. They completely ran out of stock. So they were going to introduce, Energy was going to introduce a third type in the summer, but now they're going to go ahead and move that up. So be looking for that. I would think that it's be coming out sometime in the next month or so. This has 3,000 watt startup capability, and then 1,500 watt just continuous use. So it will cover just about everything that you need. Obviously, it won't run your air conditioner, but it'll still take care of an awful lot of things that you might want to run off this. It does have a 30 amp right here. You can see there are 6 of the AC outlets, regular AC outlets. It also has 4 USB ports, okay? And you can see that it is plugged in and hooked up to solar. Now this particular solar panel that I have here is just a flexible little 100 watt. It would take most of the day for it to go from 0 back up to 100, okay? But it is just something that it's really lightweight. It's only 3 pounds, the solar panel itself. This weighs approximately 25 pounds. So if you're tent camping and you just want something that's quick and easy and can get you a little bit of power, this might be your best option, okay? We have used it to actually power up our truck camper. So another option that you have there.
Also, before you go tent camping, you can plug it in and charge it before you go, right? Because you can plug it in.
That's right. It has alternate ways of doing it. One is you can plug it in through your cigarette lighter, and that only takes 4, 5, 6 hours to go ahead and charge that all the way back up. The other thing is that you can use just an AC outlet. That usually takes 10 or 12 hours. It's just a slower charge capability. But it gives you different options to get this same thing charged up, just in case you have that availability. Now, if I wanted to link 5 of these 100 watt solar panels together, I could get this thing charged up in probably, well, definitely under 3 or 4 hours. So it depends on how much solar capability you wanted and how much you wanted to link it all into the system, because it would be extra weight to carry around and extra mass to carry around 5 different solar panels. Something for you to think about though, and I think it'll be very, very helpful if you have one of these. All right, now if you didn't need all the power that I've been talking about so far, you just wanted to maybe keep your cell phones set up, maybe a laptop charged, you didn't need all the other bells and whistles that are out there, you might want to look into something like this. Now this is just a simple briefcase solar system. It has a 20 watt solar panel so that it will charge, just the basic needs of what you need. It will be able to take care of about 120 watts of energy. So it's nowhere close to a gas generator or even the energy that I showed you earlier, but it would, like I said, take care of your basic needs. How that would work is over here, as you pop this out, you can see there's a DC port. There's an AC part over here. There has a USB port, or 2 USB ports there. So it gives you options to charge some basic things. Still lightweight, easy to carry around, comes with a built-in solar panel, might be exactly what you're looking for. Okay, now for all these things, we're going to go ahead and put links in the description below for all these products that we're going to be showing you, just so you can get an idea and kind of get an idea of how much it costs and if it's something that you think you might want to use.
Yeah, and if they don't have this exact item or product, we'll try to find something for you that is similar.
I think that's fair.
That'll give you a place to start kind of looking around.
Right.
Okay, so the first one I'm going to share with you is just this little teeny tiny thing. Probably a lot of you guys already have it. Again, there's several things like it. It doesn't have to be this exact brand or anything, but it's just a little tiny solar charger. We usually kind of keep it on the dashboard of our truck and use it to charge our phones. So just a simple way to charge your phone when you're out camping is a little miniature solar panel. And then here's another one that we've shown you this in our videos before because it's one of our favorites. And last time I looked, Amazon had these, but it said they were currently unavailable. But keep an eye out if you are looking for this specific one. You know how things on Amazon come and go. And you can find things similar, I would think, to it. But it comes with a little solar panel and the little lantern. And the reason why we like this so much is because it powers so easily without you even thinking about it. Look, am I blinding them? Blinding you with science. They might not get that reference if they're not as old as us. Okay. And no, but this is what I like about it too, is that you can, where's it at? You can charge your phone with it, right? So
it has a little USB port.
Yeah, it has a little USB port. So on that note, the other thing I wanted to mention are flashlights. Now, there are probably solar flashlights. I think. I don't know that for sure. We don't have a solar flashlight, but we only purchase flashlights now that are USB rechargeable. We don't want to be going and buying batteries. That's even more old school than what we are.
Especially since we have so many solar panels and ways of charging it. So
yeah, so we just want to be able to buy flashlights or have flashlights that are USB how do you say that? USB rechargeable? They recharge with USB? Is that how you say that?
That sounds great to me. I think they know what you're saying.
For example, and this is going to get weird, like our lighting's going to get really weird here for a second, because we use our flashlight, this little thing, for our lighting. And I'll show you. It just, whoop. Can you see that? You see that, everybody? That's just where you put your cord. And you can use this, see, and then charge this with this. So this is essentially solar. Like in that regard, because it can be recharged with our solar stuff, right? So that's just a little trick. Is from now on, when you go to buy flashlights, it's really a good idea to just stay away from the batteries because, you know, we don't need to be buying batteries all the time. Yeah. Okay. Do I just have one more thing only?
I think so. We're almost done.
I miss you guys, even though I probably couldn't see you anyway. Well, some of you I could. But this whole shelter in place, what are you calling it now? What are they calling it? We trying to, social distancing.
Yeah.
Got me missing my peeps. This, do not laugh at us. Okay, you know what? I'm going to show this to you and I'm going to let you laugh. Are you ready to laugh? Because it's funny. I'm embarrassed, but I'm going to say it's funny. You can just hook this up, right? So it catches the solar rays. Well.
And you never have to do anything again.
Dean. Can't throw you under the bus. Don't rub your microphone. Okay.
No, I don't want you to.
Oh.
But you still won't edit this out.
One of us clipped this on the back of our camper right in front of the propane or the heater exhaust. So if it seems a little warped,
it's just stylish now is all.
It's the style.
It still works.
Stylish. It does still work. Clip this somewhere out in the sun and you don't even have to pay attention to it. As a matter of fact, we're helping our sister and brother-in-law build a chicken coop, and we're going to have them hook it to the chicken coop. So it's just, if you did a show, I didn't even show this. Look, it's just a string of light bulbs, right? And so when you put this up somewhere, it automatically turns on. The lights automatically turn on at dusk. So yeah, you literally clip it and don't think about it anymore.
Yeah, we had it on for 2 weeks in Quartzsite and I never touched it. It just got the solar energy in the daytime and flipped on the lights automatically at night.
Except when we touched it to move it because we smelled plastic burning.
That's right.
That's on us. That's all of our toys for today. Like we said, if you have anything else, which I'm sure you do, please put those comments below so that people can see that. And also, like Dean had mentioned earlier, we will have links to these things on Amazon. And as you guys all know, I'm sure it does help us out a tiny bit if you happen to click on one of those things and either purchase one of these. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But if you're going to be shopping at Amazon anyway for like toilet paper or something,
good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Click on one of the links below, go there, and then purchase whatever it is you're going to purchase anyway, and that helps us out a little bit.
It doesn't cost them anymore.
Doesn't cost you anything. Just helps us out. So, a few days ago we did sanitation. Today we did power. Our next one is probably going to be maybe water.
I guess so, yeah.
Or cooking or something outdoors, off grids, anything like that. And if you have anything and you want to say, hey, Grassroots Living, tell me about this. How do I do this? What do I pack for this? Please let us know so that we can make sure that we comment to that and answer any questions that you have. We love you guys. We miss you. We're glad that you're here. Every time you join us and make comments, we're making those connections, and we love it.
We do.
Do you have anything else?
And we just love sharing it with our friends.
We do.
We love boondocking. We love being outdoors. It doesn't matter if it's in a tent or an RV. We just love doing it. We encourage everybody to do it. And we want to show you some of the things that we do to make life easy.
Absolutely.
Easier.
Okay. In these crazy hard times, keep your chin up and your smile on. This is Grassroots Living, reminding you to get down to the grassroots of what makes you happy and live your love.
We're thinking of you, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Hey there, I'm Aaron.
I'm Tina.
And we're Jonesing to Travel. And we've been asked by Grassroots Living to answer a couple of questions. The first question is, what makes us happy? I think we both agree that what makes us happy is this lifestyle, being able to travel, meet new folks, being able to come out in places like this and Quartzsite and just hang out and get to be good friends with people and just, hang out. I mean, it's just so much opportunity in this lifestyle, but I think that's probably the best is community.
Community, friends.
Yeah.
And we live our love by being able to travel and see our family and the country and all those things out there that we couldn't see if we were sitting at home.
Right, yeah. So people and
People
travel.
and travel.
Yeah. All right, that's our two questions. Thank you, Grassroots Living, for asking us to answer these questions. I also want to plug our mobile RV tech business, The Mobile RV Tech. So go check us out on Facebook. Give us a call if you need any help with your RV. And until next time.
Safe travels.
Bye.
Bye.